everyone, Happy New Year. We are having our first webcast of the season, and this is officially season 2 of Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. That's what we're dubbing it. So I'm Tasha, and
I'm Nikki, and I sound like an old man because I have the flu, but
you do not. Stop it.
And we have the lovely Brenda Drake with us today.
Hi, everyone.
And we know that you all remember her. You know, she is the lovely host and creator of Pitch Wars and Pit Mad and Pitch Madness and all those awesome contests that help people get agents. So.
Sorta, yeah. No,
I kind of owe you a little.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people involved in all of the contests, so it's kind of hard to. It's not just me; it's just tons of people, and it's such a great community that lifts up everybody. So, thank you.
Yes, it is. And tonight we're going to talk about not only am revising, that's the best hashtag in the world, in my opinion, because it keeps me sane, and the different levels of how to do it, but also Brenda's next contest is coming up, which is Pitch Madness.
Yeah, Pitch Madness is, it's not like Pitch Wars. It's more of a fun showcase. We do have like 4 teams of that we pick 15 of our top pitches that we like in the first pages, and then we put it up, and the agents play a game to get the full for that pitch. So, and that has had good success rate also, and that's with Summer Heacock, Sharon Johnston, and I'm always going to call her Call Me Bex for some reason, but it's Rebecca Wesson, or West. She changed her name on me, so see how that happens. And she's my co-writer, so I'm really good at that. My mind is still mushy from all the holidays.
Yeah, we definitely feel you there, right, Tasha?
Yeah. So, and then they play a game, and we do it on Twitter. Like the final round is on Twitter, so it's fun to watch all the agents vying for the pitches of their choice, and it's just like a fun little game with them, and they can, you get to know some new agents and stuff like that.
Very awesome. How many of these contests do you run a year? Like,
I used to run more contests. I used to do 2 Pitch Madnesses, 1 Pitch Wars, and then we'd have the Twitter pitches for Pit Mad. And then I also worked with other writers on their contests. So this I've scaled back. So we have 1 Pitch Madness each year and 1 Pitch Wars each year on my blog, and the Pit Mad, and then I do workshops in between that, or I have guest hosts who talk about their journeys, and also I promote books on my site and stuff like that.
That's fantastic. Do you know what game you guys are going to do for Pitch Madness yet, or is this a secret?
It is not a secret, but because I revealed it right before I left. I think I did it during Pitch Wars. Maybe.
Well, my brain was definitely scrambled.
No, it was Pit Mad. It was during Pit Mad that I revealed.
Yeah, I remember her mentioning it too. I just don't remember what it is, and I'm sorry, I'm exhausted.
It's the game Sorry.
Oh, cool.
So like agents will be saying sorry to each other, so that'll be cool.
That sounds like fun.
So all those details are coming out. I'm already starting to sign up agents for it, and then we'll have more details coming out really soon, because the sign up is February 20th or 23rd. I have it all mixed up on my blog, so I do have to fix it because I don't know what I was doing when I was fixing it, but anyway, it should be one of those dates. I'll fix it.
It's awesome.
For a writer who's considering entering this, what do you think is the most important thing they need to keep in mind when getting their manuscript ready?
Starting in the right place, because that first page is going to hook the agent, because in the Pitch Madness you're going to be doing a pitch and a first page. And it's that first page starts in the wrong place, we can tell it right off. you know, like people start in dream sequences, or they start places that confuses the reader. You don't want to start there. You want to make sure that you are in the person's life, it's in action, and it's interesting what's happening, and you're hooking the people with that opening page. When you bog it down with backstory or too many characters all at once, or it's a confusing, like you think you're in this scene or this actual scene of the manuscript, and all of a sudden I woke up and this really didn't happen, so let's get to the real thing. You know, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're opening in the right place. Every time I write something, it seems like I have to like discard like the first chapter or 30 pages before I even find where my story really should be beginning. I don't know if any of you guys have that.
Oh, yes.
But I tend to
quite a bit, actually. I'll realize, I'm like, this is all telling backstory. Let's get rid of that.
It's like you feel like you have to explain everything before you can get it started, where you can just kind of weave that in throughout the book.
Well, I like Pitch Wars with the first 250. I think I rewrote that more than any part of my book, because I remember Rachel, my mentor, was like, because it ended right at the end of this girl basically looking at her locker, and she's like, do you want the first beginning of all they can see to be about her looking at her locker? And I was like, you're right, no, we need to have more happen here.
Right. It has to hook your reader. Like, so if you think about the books that you choose in the bookstore, you open it up to the first page, that page has to hook you, right? You have to go, oh, what are they doing? Where are they going? Why are they in this situation? What's going on? But you also have to know who you are going to be following. There's so many times where I read first pages and I'm like, well, whose head am I in? Because I don't know whose character I'm in. I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, or, you know, I don't get that. So you have to give all that sense right up so that your reader you'll hook your reader. And as far as the pitch should be your hook, and it should probably be your inciting incident. Like, what propels the story to the new direction? You know, what is going to be the exciting factor that's going to change your character's life?
That actually came up in the neurotic support group that we have on Facebook. Somebody asked, how soon should you have that inciting incident? Does it have to be in chapter 1? Does it need to be in a certain amount of pages? My opinion is you would want it in chapter 1. Otherwise, then it's pretty much backstory if you don't.
Well, so in mine, in Library Jumpers, it happens in chapter 2. But it's in action, and you're kind of wondering what's going to happen. The inciting event definitely has to happen in the first fourth of the manuscript. The first, you know, you can have the slice of life. You can have the meet cute right away, where they meet the love interest if you have one, and then propel them into to this fantasy or whatever is going to happen to them. Contemporary and fantasy is kind of different on how to do that. You know, you want the meet cute within the first chapter, if not the beginning of the second chapter. So you do want to bring that in. But my inciting event doesn't happen until like chapter 2, towards the end.
Tiff is actually talking in the question panel. She says, hi. And she said she changed the whole beginning of her manuscript, and she has done that more than once. I can vouch for that. I've gotten to read it.
Yeah. I don't see the. Is there like a?
It's the Q&A panel on the left.
Oh, Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
Yeah. When I write, it's like always like I write pretty clean. I write my first draft, and before I like wherever I stop for the day, I have to read that over the next day, and I always tend to fix that and then go forward because I have to get back into my head and stuff. But I'm always finding I didn't need all that stuff beforehand, that, oh, this is where it starts. I should do that. But there's like people who, I don't know how you guys work, but people who just do a messy draft to get the story out. I'm more of I have to have a pretty clean draft because I'm sort of weird like that. But I don't know how you guys write. How do you write? Do you do a messy draft and then start revising, or do you have to have it pretty clean?
I always go back after each chapter and reread it too, and because I it's still kind of messy still, I guess, because I really haven't gone back and fleshed it out yet. But I can't just hammer out 30,000 words and then read it. It's just not how I work.
Yeah, I'm pretty messy. Because I learned that if I continuously go back to edit, I never finish. So if I can finish it first, then I can go back and clean everything up.
Yeah, that's hard for me. I have to write clean, write clean, write clean, write clean. I'm just weird that way. So it depends on what kind of writer you are, how your revisions are going to go, and how many revisions you're going to have.
No, actually, this is backtrack a little bit. I was just thinking about the inciting incident thing, and it kind of reminded me of my friend in CP, Emily. She wrote this great book called Missing, and one of the feedback she kept getting was her incident, it happens right away, which is the main character's best friend is missing and the police are at her house. And so one of the feedback she kept getting from agents and other people was they weren't connecting. So she wrote this great new beginning where the friend is actually avoiding the person who's missing. And then it goes into it was more impactful and like, whoa. And I never thought staggering the inciting incident part could have such a powerful beginning to the book.
Yeah, it's amazing how just that quick change and just getting that person the reader into your story can be that inciting event is what we all start going after. You know, it's like, whoa, what's going to happen? And all hell breaks loose until you get to the climax or whatever.
So let's break that down a little bit more, just for any newbie writers out there who may not exactly know what the inciting incident is. How would you describe it? What would you explain it to them as?
When their normal life has changed or taken a turn, if it's in fantasy, let's say fantasy, they're in their normal life and they are propelled through this portal to a new world, and that's the inciting event, because whatever happens in this new world and whatever challenges they have to do to get back to their old world or whatever, that's how it takes off. And in contemporary romance or something like that, it's usually when you meet the guy and when they meet and how their reaction is towards each other, and then you want them to get together. But of course you have to fool with the reader and not ever let them get together to the very end. So yeah.
Now, last time you were on, you had mentioned that there were varying levels of revising and editing. What are those levels?
Well, I think a lot of people probably will understand that. So first of all, you have your draft, and it depends on how messy that draft is. But the first time, okay, my first revision after I have my full draft done is to go through and read it for the plot arc. So basically, you want to make sure that you have that arc going, right? So you want to have it kind of going. Okay, can you guys kind of see this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my book 2 that I'm working on a project. But it starts like that, it kind of goes down, and then all of a sudden it goes up. You want to make sure that you have all these points that are on this plot arc, which is like the novel starts, you have a slice of life, you have the meet cute, you have the inciting event, and then all of a sudden you have the story taking off to meet in the midpoint, and you think that everything's going to be great or whatever, and then all of a sudden, bam, everything seems lost. And then the protagonist has to fight to get out of this, and you have the climax where they overcome their faults, their whatever situation they're in or whatever, and then you have the resolution. So you want to make sure you read for that, And then you're going to have a read through for just the I have my notes because I forget things because I'm a scattered brain. For your story, you know, that's where you're reading for the story. You want to make sure the characters are the same throughout the book. You didn't change their eye color. You didn't do whatever. You want to make sure your plot arc is there. You want to make sure that the setting is the same. So you take notes and you make sure you know everything is okay and your plot arc is going right? And then you read for the craft. That's the grammar. And you also are going to look for things like things that are telling, like I could, I saw, I felt the breeze, instead of it should be the breeze blew across my face, not I felt the breeze across my face. You know, like, so you want to get rid of things that slow down your story, that tell things like I saw a red truck. You just say there was a red truck drove by, you know, things like that to slow it down. And then you also want to get rid of adverbs, as many as you can. Of course, I like adverbs. I have to remember not to use them, so you need to, you know.
I think we all love those adverbs.
I don't know. They just have the ly, and it's so cute at the end of the word, you know? So you just want to get rid of as many as you can. So you should be picking one strong verb that can do the work of, you know, 2 to 3 words. You know, you might have 3 words piled up here, and one strong verb can replace all of those. So you're going to go through all that. So that's your second read, right? So your first read is story and arc. Second read is going through and making sure your grammar is there and everything like that. And then your final read is on a different, like a Kindle or your reader, e-reader, and you're going to read through it, make notes, and then fix from there. So that's the steps that I take. You want to make sure that when you're doing stuff like that, like when you're doing for the story, you want to make sure your characters are there. You're not putting too much backstory in there. You have a clear objective for your protagonist. And I turned that light off because it made me look older.
You're beautiful,
You
Brenda.
look fantastic. You're like the model face of the writing community.
Right. I'm getting old. I have a big birthday coming this year.
When's your birthday?
I'm not saying because I'm
I
not
didn't say how old are you going to be. I just asked when your birthday was.
It's in March.
Okay.
Madness is like a big birthday party for you then, right?
What?
Pitch Madness is like a big birthday party for you.
Yeah, it's my birthday. Yeah. It's my
Pitch
birthday.
Madness falls right after my birthday, so.
It's my birthday present to everybody.
So make sure you revise your manuscripts so that you can honor her birthday with really clean copies.
You know, talking about that final read-through on a Kindle or something, you would not believe the mistakes you will find. If you don't read off your computer screen, put it on something else. Even if you have to print out the manuscript, read from something other than the computer, because you're going to find so much stuff. Like, I'll send in an edit and then I'll like read through it just for curiosity on my Kindle, and then I'll be going, oh no, I didn't even see that. So you want to make sure you see that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Thought of that. That's great advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never thought of that either. I mean, I've printed it out before, but
I just read it on my Kindle, and you see so many sins on the Kindle. It's like you've taken yourself out of the writer and put yourself into the reader, and you can see a lot in it. So, any questions about that?
I actually have maybe more of a personal question. Is it okay if we ask how many times you've revised your current novel?
For Library Jumpers, oh my God. Well, because, you know, I was with another publisher, and now I'm with a new publisher, so I had to revise that then, and then I had to revise with an agent, and then I had to revise on my own. So I number them, so it's kind of crazy, the numbers, because I'm thinking that Library Jumpers has been revised 13, 14 times or something. It's been a lot, so, and it's still, I still read it and go, oh crap, this really isn't good. I'm hoping that people will like this. So
if it makes you feel any better, my mom called me today and she was like, you know, you left an old manuscript on my computer. I'm like, I did? How old is this? And she started to reading it, and I'm like, wow, that's just really bad. You burn it right off your hard drive.
I don't think you're ever happy with the final product of your manuscript. And there's always going to be people that don't like it. But to me, I love my characters and I love who they are. I just like it. I just hope it could be that I've read it so many times that I'm like, oh, really? Do I have to read this again? But you're going to read it when you get a book deal. You're going to be reading it forever, you know. And once you're done, once they say it's done, I probably will not ever go back to read it because I'll be neurotic and be like going, oh my God, there's a typo there. Oh, there's that. Oh no.
Also, by that point, you're probably going to have it memorized. Like every word in it is going to be ingrained in your brain.
Mm-hmm. It's fun though. In August, I was writing something new, so that was really fun to write something new. I hadn't written something new in a long time, so that was fun.
Oh, cool.
And that one has only been revised 3 or 4 times, and it only took me 3 months to write it and have CPs read it and revise it, and then have the agent read it and then revise it. So that has been a different experience because when you think about it, Library Jumpers I wrote a long time ago, and I have learned a lot since then, going with editors and stuff like that, and with my agent and stuff like that. So you learn a lot. And so don't ever feel inadequate. We are always learning, always learning. Writing is a very difficult task.
I was actually revising a different manuscript that I thought I'd enter into Pitch Wars with a friend of mine who runs this editing boutique business, and I learned so much from her through our rigorous just revising that I thought, okay, I'm going to take a break and write something cleaner based off what I know now. And that's the manuscript that got me my agent. And it's just this continual learning process because you're always going to get better with your writing if you really dedicate to the process, I think.
Yeah. Have you been revising with your agent yet? Or yes? No?
Yes, I have.
And it's a new experience again. Are you there?
Yes, I got a really... Sorry, come again?
Oh, you were
What'd you say?
freezing up a little bit, so I didn't hear you.
I said yes, I got an edit letter, and I've been working on the changes, and I'm actually about to send it to her tomorrow.
Hey, that's exciting, huh?
I'm almost done with the reread, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Tasha's one of my newest CPs. I trusted only the people who read the most recent version and one person who's read every single version to read the most recent revision of it. So.
Oh, that's great.
And it's a book, though, that you could read multiple times just because it's so dynamic. There's so many different ways to look at it and different viewpoints you could turn around and be like, wait, I didn't notice that before. Wait, huh? So she did a great job. Absolutely phenomenal.
Turn more purple than my bad lighting. Thank you. No, I'm really, really excited about it. And it is exhausting because I feel like I've read it 1,000 times at this point now. This is, I think, technically revision 7 for me because I revised it multiple times before even getting into Pitch Wars. But yeah, so I hear you on that process, man.
Yeah, you're going to be revising and revising, and you're going to keep on having to work on that manuscript. You know, like, so save now, if it will on submission, you'll be on submission and it'll sell, and then you'll go through like 3 rounds of edits again. So you'll always be editing, but you should always think of editing in layers. Mm-hmm. Don't try to edit everything at one time. Go through layers. Do the plot, then do the story, and make sure all the characters are fine and everything like that, and then you do the grammar and stuff, and then you read it on your Kindle. Trust me, you'll find so much. Just read it.
I have to do the grammar first. If I see a grammar error, I can't just run by it. Like it'll distract me from everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that used to be my problem too. And if you see a grammar thing, I will own up to the fact that I do stop and fix it if I see it. But sometimes my mind is just totally focusing on, okay, I'm looking for this. You can even do searches. Like I'll do a search in my manuscript for I could, or I saw, or you know what I mean, depending on what tense you're writing in. And I will search those, and they will all come up, and I'll go through them all, and then I'll change them. So basically, that's your search engine in your whatever docs is a friend, and you can search. Like I have like if I have a word that I always use a lot and I'm noticing, I say okay a lot. my characters will say okay, yeah, or so then I'll go through and search for those and then fix those. So you can do those kind of little quick searches to fix things like that within you can look for the I could, I saw, I felt, I heard, I smelt, whatever.
I always have to check for the 2TOO because for whatever reason, I love just to put TOO everywhere. Doesn't matter in what context, it's always TOO. And I go through next time and I'm like, no, that's wrong. That is not grammatically correct at all.
Or when your character always says, well, such and such. Well, you have all these well, comma. In your dialogue, you want to fix that, unless that's really how they talk and you're trying to put a voice into it, but it will get annoying after a while.
Mine is just and apparently, just everywhere. I think I say just a lot too, though. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, and like here in New Mexico, we always go no. So there's like, you want to go to the store? No. It's like no. But it's like a Hispanic thing around here, so we all pick it up and we all use it, and so I have to be careful.
So once you go through your own levels of editing and revising, is that when you would suggest sending it to your CP partners?
Yeah, I like to give them a clean version of my manuscript. I do have one CP that I write a chapter and send it to her, so she's looking for more of how the story is progressing. So I will write a chapter and send it to her, and she'll do that. And then I'll have other CPs that get the whole manuscript after I've gone through with this other CP. So it depends on how your CPs like to work. But I try to give the majority of my CPs the cleanest copy I can. And then you're going to revise again, right? So when you go through, so this is just yours. You want to try to do as clean as you can so that your CPs don't have to fix grammar and stuff. You want them to just focus on the story, focus on the character development, the development of the story, the plot, everything. You want them to be able to immerse themselves in your story to tell you what's not working. But if they're busy fixing your grammar and stuff, that is just not fun for your CP. And it takes too long to read, takes too long to get there. So the better copy you give to your CPs, the quicker they'll read, the less work you're going to have to do. You're just going to have to fix, oh, this guy is just annoying in your book, Can you give him something? Make him, he's just really annoying. So you want them to focus on your characters, your plot, the setting, and the story in whole, not the tiny things that you should be good at. You should be fixing your book to the best of your ability, and they should only have to point out a few grammar mistakes. They should be focusing on your story. They're not there to be your line editors.
What would you say to someone? Because I have to admit, I was this person a couple years ago who, you write your first book and you're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, and then you just want to send it everywhere right away. What would be your advice for someone like that who is obviously an eager beaver and not sure that they even need revising because they wrote something amazing?
Okay, every single person that writes a book needs revising. Revise your book. Put it aside for a week, take a break from it, get back to it, revise it. Make it as good as you can get it. And everybody needs to revise their book. And you need to revise it several times. It can't be just a one hit. That to me would be like someone who is like amazing, like this person that can't make a single mistake, there's going to be something wrong. You're going to love your book, you're going to love your characters, but your readers might not like it as much as you do. But you have to give them the best product possible so that they can fall in love with your story and your characters. But because if they're like getting like readers get frustrated when they see typos or mistakes or whatever. They're like, and especially if there's so many of them and you're having to fill through all of those mistakes just to get the story, you're going to get frustrated and you're not going to want to read the book, and you're going to like throw your hands up and you're going to go, and you're going to have someone, even if it's your CP partner or whatever, think, oh, this person is not a good writer, and you don't want that.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
That's very true.
So, anyway.
I think it was Hemingway who said that the first draft of anything is crap. And he is a fantastic writer, and he even said that his first drafts were crap. You know, you definitely got to go through, you got to revise, you got to edit. You know, nothing is perfect the first time around, not in the writing world anyway.
It never is. You have a stone. When you're done writing, you have a stone. When you revise and revise, you've shined that stone until you have an emerald or whatever. But you have to do the work to make it shiny.
That is like the best quote ever. I would put that on a mug.
Your draft is a stone. Okay, we'll do that.
Well, penguins look for the perfect stone to give their mates.
Yeah.
That's how they tell them they love them, and it's got to be like the perfect pebble. So basically, you're trying to polish your manuscript into that perfect pebble that a penguin would pick. Okay, that was just a bad analogy, but I'm tired. Leave me alone.
But we get it. We get it.
So.
I think I'm the only one drinking tonight, huh?
Well, I have my tea and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, believe it or not, the drinker here has water. I had a really, really long day. It was my first day back at classes, and I started at the new university, so of course I was running around like crazy getting everything taken care of. I've been up since 6, and I think I've been home a total of 3 hours total out of the day. So, yeah, I meant to pick up wine and just forgot. Sorry.
Well, I have had people in my house for all the holidays, so there's still wine.
This year?
A few parties, yeah, so it's been fun. We've had a good time, and it's been really nice to have that social media break because it was such a busy year last year. And then right after Pitch Wars, I needed a time just away, just to give to my family and to be off the social media for a bit, and it really helps clear your mind and get you back into things. So now I'm like going, and how do you work? It's like I'm too fast. Yeah, I'm plotting a book 2 of this, and it's taking me forever.
This is the book 2 to Library Jumpers?
Okay, so that's not book 2 to Library Jumpers. Okay, there's some surprises happening from me coming this year, just so you'll know.
Exciting. Sorry, we won't reveal any.
Yeah, I can't say yet, but yeah.
Okay. But we'll have to have you back on then. So. Okay,
that sounds good. I can tell you when we get off, since I don't know if everyone saw the tweet that Nikki is now a blog contest assistant for making connections for the contest blog. I'll be separating out my website for just my author one and then just the contest one, and Nikki has joined us to help us do the contests, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, so basically you're going to be getting to work here soon. I'm going to be sending you all these emails.
So. You're going to be busier than you are now. Girl, you better double up on them vitamins and stop getting sick. You got no time to sleep.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm on the way out with this one, thankfully. So
That's
good. I had that on Christmas Day, like several days before Christmas Day. Well, yeah, so I had to fight it Christmas Day when we have all our celebrations, and I was like popping Advil, and drinking, not doing anything you're supposed to do. But I made it through it.
Knock on wood. I don't generally get colds that much. I think it's because my allergies just torture me throughout the year, so my body tries to give me a break.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I think I just don't take good care of myself. I don't sleep enough. I don't, whatever. So.
It'll wear you down.
Yeah. Do we have questions, or are we just the only ones here today?
We have viewers, but nobody's been asking questions. Tiff has been commenting. Hers is the F-bomb for her word. And she's glad to be editing anything right now. But yeah, guys, I mentioned before, if you come in through the Google Hangout links, which is on the front page of whiskeywineandwriting.com, and as well under the webcast, so you've got two places you can come in through. If you come through, you can ask Brenda questions, and she'll be happy to answer them. So come on in and join us. We got about 20 minutes left on the show, so that's plenty of time to get your questions going.
And I'm sure you would take contest questions too, because I know that's a lot of people have questions about those things.
Yeah, do any contests. We do have Pit Mad coming up in March too, so the Twitter pitch party is in March. Again, Pitch Madness is happening. I'm getting the agents signed up and stuff like that. So if you want to ask questions about pitching, whatever you want to do.
I think it's just, the first Monday of the new year, and we're all
everybody's like, yeah, let's just hang back.
Yeah, I think by next week, where it's supposed to be, and we'll all be getting into the groove of 2015. Speaking of, Brenda, any writing resolutions or writing goals for this year?
This year is a big year for me. I have Library Jumpers. Hopefully, I don't know. It's supposed to come out at the end of 2015. It might change and be the beginning of 2016, but I'm not sure yet. We don't have a release date on that. I'll have announcements soon. So I'll have a lot of things going on, and I'll be at a lot of conferences, doing workshops. So I just, surviving the year is probably my resolution. But I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about 2015, and I hope we get more success stories. I know that people are revising and working on their books for other agents, so we might have some more coming up for success stories, I know. So that's it, just surviving.
I know the feeling.
What about you, Nikki?
I am writing 2 new books this year. That's my resolution. I am already through most of one, and I'm plotting the second one after that.
Oh, wait. This isn't... Didn't you tell me about a third book, though?
Well, that one's on hold because it needs massive research. Are you thinking about The Life and Death and Life of Craig?
I'm not sure. You told me about 3. I remember the original one you started writing.
The Day I Knew I Was Murdered?
Yes.
That's the one I'm almost done with.
And then the one that you were searching, you had a title for like years, but you did not have an idea to go with it.
One Size Fits Y'all. Yes, that one.
That one.
That one.
So those are the 2 you're writing.
About that book.
The third one's on hold.
Wow. Those titles sound really good. I'm like a title person. I like titles.
Well, okay, so One Size Fits Y'all, a friend of mine from work had commented on someone's Facebook status and wrote, I call that One Size Fits Y'all. And so I was talking to her about it. I'm like, well, if I could come up with a plot that you like, would you let me write a book with that as a title? And she's like, oh, of course I would. So I've been marinating that title for 1.5 years, and I just came up with the plot over the past. So I've been working on plotting that out.
And there's lots of exclamation points.
So the protagonist is Southern, right?
Yes. It's about a plus-size Southern teen who's actually the queen bee of her school and even lands a modeling contract in a plus-size teen modeling agency for a line, and but she gets a health diagnosis where she has to change her lifestyle, and as a result starts losing weight, and it really messes with her identity, and her fans are calling her a hypocrite, and she risks losing her modeling contract as well.
Oh wow, that is really cool. I like that.
Thank you. I'm really excited about that one. So
that's good.
That's the first time I've actually mentioned it anywhere.
Well, that's why I didn't want to say anything, because I was like,
is this private?
That's why I was kind of dropping the code of how I found out about it, so I didn't out it.
I just get really excited when I come up with, I don't know, but I've been working on that one a lot lately, just here and there. But the main thing has been finishing my revisions for my agent. So I finally sent that off to CPs and have been finally working on my WIPs.
Raquel has joined us, and she says, "Hi, ladies." Hi, Raquel. She says, "Nikki, your work in progresses sound really interesting."
Thank you. I'm so pumped to draft again. I mean, I love revising. It's great. It's like where the magic happens. But, man, nothing beats just that creative mojo intermittently, you know?
You know, that kind of needs to be the slogan for editing, because I've heard that so many times that that's where the magic happens. So it's like milk does the body good, editing, where the magic happens. We need to slogan that.
I put that on a mug as well. You guys are just great mug logo generators. This is mine.
We're gonna have to open a store or something, right?
Absolutely. We actually just awarded our first Whiskey, Wine, and Writing mug before the new year, and I just realized that me and Tasha really should have bought each other mugs for Christmas, and we didn't even think about that. So there is actually someone who has a mug, and they're the only person in the universe who has a mug right now.
I don't know if it was delivered yet. I sent her the forwarding information that it was being shipped, so.
Awesome.
She was all excited. She sent an email back and all that stuff. So hopefully it's gotten there already, but we'll see what happens.
I should put together Team Brenda mugs for Pitch Madness. So who's ever on my team? Because have you guys seen my logo for Team Brenda? Tom Tor had drawn it. It's a coffee cup and it's animated. It's really cool. I don't know if it's not, but it's on my. I think it's on my website. But it's really cool.
I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Oh, okay.
I want to see it now.
It should be in the. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's there. Whoops.
We're looking under Pitch Madness.
We should have like a contest for mugs logos too, and just make tons of mugs. Because I mean, what author doesn't need lots of mugs?
I see the Sorry Game one, and then I see Pitch Madness. The
oh, maybe I took
romance mystery.
When I had to put like all of the books for the mentors, I probably took it off because I thought everything was too much on there. So okay, I'm going to tweet it to you. How's that?
Okay, yes.
Tweet it to you.
Yay.
Let me see.
And then we'll retweet it and pimp it out, because that's what we do.
We're pimps here at Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. I guess so. Let's go with that. Let's roll with that.
So, seriously, we're just going to start a mug collection, though, of all these slogans we're coming up with.
I'm not going to lie. That is the thing I collect. I have a problem. So, I'm a little biased when I say we should have lots of mugs.
I collect glasses, too, just shot glasses and wine glasses, so.
See, that goes great with our
I know. I'm wondering if I can find one that does a wine glass that'll do the Whiskey, Wine, and Writing logo on it. That would, be perfect.
So I kind of cleaned up things, so it's taking me a while to find it.
No problem. Trust me, I've been having nothing but net issues since New Year's, and I think they finally fixed it today because I'm not stuttering, and last time Nikki and I went to have a meeting, it was terrible. I felt so bad. I'm like, what's going on?
Of our faces looking like watercolor paintings.
Oh, yeah. We took crazy, crazy screenshots of all the and stuff, because you just get frozen. When your net does not work and it's intermittent, you just keep getting frozen. So we just started screenshotting each other, and we're like, yeah, delete, delete, delete. Nobody will ever see them, so don't ask.
Okay, so I tweeted it to @WW
You have that account up, right, Tasha?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You have that account up?
The hashtag?
So
no, to at WW Writing.
Yes, @WW Writing, yes. I have it. But I don't have anything from Brenda.
So Brenda, what is your favorite, revising or writing, or do you go in wave as well?
What is my favorite? I think I like writing the story. I like to come up with a new story. You know, like revising sometimes can be kind of, I don't know, but sometimes it's fun when you're writing new scenes or whatever like that, but I think I like coming up with a story, like plotting it and researching things and stuff like that. I like that the most. And you?
It really depends on my mood. I I've been really loving revising with Two Shoes so much because I've never revised to such a level as what I did with my Pitch Wars mentor, and it just came alive in a new way. But now I'm at the point where I am so ready to write something new. I'm just craving it because it's...
Yeah, after you've done a lot of revising on a story, you're ready to get a new one going. It really is. And I think that's why I've come off of first edits with Library Jumpers and then wrote something new, and that was just really fun to do.
That is absolutely adorable. I'm sorry. I saw the picture.
I should do a coffee cup, right? I should. Definitely.
That's adorable.
I want to see.
I tweeted it. You can see it in my
on her stream. Because for some reason it's not showing on ours, even though she tweeted to us and she did it right. But okay, it's not there.
I don't see anything on your feed either.
Did you get tweets and reply on mine?
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
It's adorable, right?
That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Very talented, right?
That is so cute.
And who made that for you?
Thomas Tor. He was a Pitch Wars mentor this time. Tom.
Awesome.
Yeah, that needs to be a mug. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
So.
And here's my mug for today, actually. This is for the theme of, you know.
Oh, cool. That's cute.
Birthday
My
present.
brother collects coffee mugs, and he's a really big guy, but he's got like that nougaty warm center. But everybody looks at him, and they're like, what do you do? Because he's got a bald head and a really long beard, so he kind of looks like a biker. And he's like, I'm an engineer. They're like, really? Like, they're always so shocked to hear this. Like he works in this fancy office. They were moving it. They thought he was the help. It was bad. But so I got him this mug. It's like this big, but it's all dented and in it, and it's like anger management didn't work. He was like,
that's cute.
He loved it.
I need that one because yeah, anger management doesn't work for me all the time.
I don't think it works for anybody all the time. I was ready to just toss something at Comcast today. I'll tell you what.
Well, what is your resolution for the new year, Tasha?
Well, I also have 2 books that I want to get written out and revised. I'm hopefully going to find an agent this year, especially now that I have the other CP partner, Nikki, who's just awesome at revising as well. So she's making notes on redemption for me, but we'll see what happens with that. So.
Are you looking to enter Pitch Madness, or?
Yeah, I'm probably going to. I'm going to work hopefully with Nikki, and we'll see how the beginning is at least. You know, and get that going really, really hardcore, and go from there. Provided Nikki can breathe, because I know she's got so much going on this year.
I honestly have been like, I don't know, needing more stuff in my life, which I know I probably will come back and bite me now that I've put that out there into the universe. But
see, I'm hoping that I can like push it all on her, and then she'll take over. And
I mean, you don't mind.
You're gonna be Brenda's mini-me.
Huh?
I said she's gonna be your mini-me.
Yeah, I think she's already like. She reminded me of me, a go-getter, someone that likes to do the stuff with for writers and stuff. So that's probably why I narrowed in on her, and you do too, Tasha. So
no, but Nikki's like totally creative and massively, massively deserving of everything she's getting and all the good that's coming to her. So I really I know you said you put it out there in the universe, so it's gonna bite you, but I don't think it is because of all the hard work you're putting out there and everything you're devoting to this. I really think that you deserve it, and you do, because you work your butt off for it, girl.
I love you. I want to just carry you around my pocket. Hey, Tasha, just tell me something nice today.
Yeah, when I first read The Truth About Two Shoes, I read it in, 2 hours? And I'm giving her play-by-plays while I'm reading it. I'm like, I love this. Wait, what did you... What? You just made me angry. You remember that? She's like, I'm sorry.
You guys are funny.
I wish that, as an author, if and when it get published, I could be like, dear readers, I would love the play-by-play, because I just love it. But I feel like that would be creepy and weird. So.
Oh.
Anyway, we got off on a tangent. So
that happens. People should be used to it by now.
So actually, I was wondering more about your plot arc chart. I've actually I've seen them before. I've never done one myself. What would you say to a complete novice at that idea of how to start plotting one?
I would tell them to buy the Plot Whisperer book. That has been really helpful for me. I really love that. But I forgot the author, which is stupid because her book, she even has a website about plotting and everything. And we could do a quick Google and name her. But it is just an amazing book.
Martha Alderson?
Yeah, yeah. And so that's when I was writing, I would read that, and it has.
It's a workbook.
She has a graph like I have, kind of in that book too. So, and I don't outline. I do graphs. This is my external conflict, and then I do one for the internal conflict. So I do two.
Oh, wow.
I can see where I'm going. Because, you know, like the romance and the characters need to have an internal and an external journey in your book.
Looks like she has the main book, The Plot Whisperer, Secrets of Story Structure, Any Writer Can Master. Then she has the Plot Whisperer workbook.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has the Plot Whisperer writing prompts. So she's definitely got a bunch out there.
I had the first book, and I lent it out. It hasn't come back, but I pretty much have it all in here now. So
yeah, it just went on my wish list.
Okay, yeah. That's where I don't like to outline. I'm not very good at outline. I'm a pantser, but the plot graph that I do helps me stay on task with what I need to accomplish and how the story should unfold step by step and stuff. But everything else in between there is creative and by the seat of my pants. And then sometimes I write it in pencil because sometimes I have to erase it and go a different way. So depending on how my characters are acting that day. So
if they want to behave.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to go into the dark forest. Let's go over to the castle or the, you know, whatever. So, yeah.
Isn't it funny how characters really do have minds of their own?
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds really schizophrenic to say that, considering we create them ourselves. But
yeah, talking to yourself within different characters' voices and stuff really comes in handy that you are a writer and you can do that, because then people don't really think of you as that crazy. Because, you know, I used to be weird when I was growing up because I was always play acting, and now I know why, because I had stories to tell. So
I did that. I just never did it in front of anybody because
mm-hmm.
I was like, no, we'll stay over here.
I don't even care. It's like, oh, there's that crazy girl again.
I was that weird kid in kindergarten who had like the play set in the classroom and be like, okay, I'm casting for this play now. The mom enters and so you say this. Now say it. Okay, great. And everyone's like,
yeah. Right.
I totally had a question I was going to ask, and then I completely lost it. I was tweeting at the same time, so.
So, yeah.
But, crap, really, what the hell was I going to say? Well, I guess I'll have to ask it when I remember, because I really can't remember right now.
Okay, so how about, sorry, did you remember it?
No, go ahead.
So with Pitch Madness, what would you say to the person? I think sometimes people think, well, since it's a pitch contest, as long as I get the beginning of my book good and my pitch really well, I don't need to worry about the ending. I'll have plenty of time. What would you say to that person? Is it important for them to keep revising to the end of their book?
When you enter contests, you should be ready to send your manuscript into the agent. So you should be ready. You should have a clean copy. You should have already revised it, because this is your chance. You have like 20 agents or whatever in a contest, and if you don't put your best product out there for them, you're going to miss that chance with that agent. So you don't want to miss chances. Clean up your book. If you're not ready, there'll be another contest. There's tons of contests going on throughout the year.
And trust me, once you find one, you will find the rest, because generally there's a group who moves from contest to contest, whether it's agents or, you know, Brenda hosting it or just people who participate in it. You're going to find them so much easier once you get that first contest going. That's exactly what happened to me. I found Pitch Wars, and that just kind of rolled over into all this happening. So, you know, definitely put yourself out there.
And I actually met Tiffany in a different one. I think I met you in there too, Tasha. It was like a really soft one.
Oh, that's right. No. It was New Agent. That was my first one.
Yeah.
New Agent was my first one. Thank you. I forgot all about that one. That was all the new agents who just started and were looking to build their client list, and they came out and they did a lot of stuff, and it was really great. I remembered what I was going to say, and it wasn't a question, but no, I was going to go back to the voice of the characters. I think it's really fun when this character comes out of your head and you don't ever think you could actually be like that yourself, but this character is surprising you and you're wondering where the hell that's coming from inside of you.
You know, that is funny because there's this character in book 2 of Library Jumpers, and he scares me to death. I'm like, I don't even want to be in the same room as him or be writing him, because I'm like writing his actions and stuff, and he's scaring me. And I'm like, he's not very fun.
Crowley says hi.
Hi!
Sorry, he was whining because I wasn't paying attention to him.
So I think that if your characters give you a reaction, you know, like this one character that I wrote, I'm kind of like, he's kind of cute. I think he's cute. I think I'll write him more. But you know what I mean? Like when your characters give you that much of a response, you're writing a good character.
I've been working on this new novel off of Norse lore and Valkyries, and I just keep IMing Nikki. I'm like, I don't understand my protagonist and why she's saying these things. And Nikki just laughs because, yeah, some of it's off the wall, and I'm like, wow, okay, you're out there.
Well, that's when you've removed the author from the story, and you have to remove the author from the story. And when you do that, you write compelling characters. They can't all sound like you. Mm-hmm. They have to sound differently.
I once read, I don't remember who said this, but someone once said that writing is just the greatest form of empathy because you're really taking on the feelings and emotions of people and worlds, you know, and conveying those emotions to other people. And I always thought that was really an interesting way to view it.
Yeah, that is pretty much the way it is too. Yeah, I like that.
So we are coming up on the end of the hour. Brenda, is there anything else you want to tell people about revising, or Pitch Madness, or just anything you want to put out there?
Let me guess. Let me see if I had any notes I missed. Oh, I did. You always want to make sure that you bring the faults out in your characters, and then have them do that grand gesture that is not who they are at the beginning of the book, but at the end of the book, they do something that they were afraid to do, or something like that. At the beginning of the book, they finally do it. You always want to have that. You always want to look for that grand gesture from your characters. And I don't even know if I've done it for my books, but I'll tell you to do it. So.
And Nikki, anything else you want to add?
No, I think that this has been really great listening to your revising journey, and I personally find it super inspiring that you've revised this one book 13 times, and I've heard other authors, they've done even more than that too sometimes, and it's just this ongoing thing that we just need to keep our heads up and keep going.
Yeah, I have a few more revisions to go with it too, so by the time I'm done, it'll be a lot.
I don't remember who I was talking to. Somebody was like, "Yeah, I'm a novice writer." I'm like, "So am I." You never stop learning. Unless you're like Stephen King, I don't really think you're an expert. I think we're all still learning in different stages, and you just got to keep moving forward with it.
I think that don't be hard on yourself. That you're a storyteller. Tell the best story you can tell, and step behind it. And you're going to have people that don't like it. You're going to have people who love it. But as long as you're satisfied that you did the best job you can and you told the story that you wanted to tell, we all are storytellers, and you should feel really good that you finished a story and you told a story.
Absolutely. Writing is hard. It's definitely not easy. Even completing that first draft, man, it took me years before I actually finished. I would start, and I would never finish.
I actually never thought I'd ever write a book because I didn't think I had the attention span for it, and that's why I did journalism and playwriting, because everything was shorter.
Yeah.
So.
There's a few books that I started and I've never finished. So, and then there's some that are like put away that no one will ever see, ever.
Yeah, like the one my mom randomly found on her computer. Yeah, no. So I'm like, burn it.
Mm-hmm. But I keep those around so I can go back and go, oh yeah, see, you have progressed.
Well, see, I have it, so I don't need her to have it.
Well, now she knows that you progressed.
Yeah. So, but it has been so wonderful having you on again, Brenda. We always enjoy it, and so when Pitch Madness rolls around, we're gonna have to have you on again, start talking about it, and get the hype up, and get people involved, and all that wonderful stuff.
We'll do another live critique thing, because that was so popular, and it was so much fun. I loved doing that one.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun.
That was fun for everyone but me. No, just kidding.
Oh, okay, well, never mind.
I'm teasing. I worry, like, did I say it right? Because, you know, you get kind of, you worry that you didn't.
We actually, I got some messages afterwards where people personally wrote in saying that they took the advice from that live show and got some hits during Hit Mad.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they were very, very grateful. It was so nice to get feedback like.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who were so happy for the input, and they were, you know, and that's a good thing, is when you listen to the input and decide what's best for you and what's not, but don't take it as an offense. That's what I think a lot of people have to learn with the revising, and when you let it out to other people who are going to see it.
Yeah, I'll be doing pitch classes. One is in Oklahoma City Writers, May 1st through the 3rd. I'll be doing 3 workshops there. And then I will be doing a workshop at the Romantic Times Book Lovers Convention, which is it's Pitch Perfect. It's a pitching thing with Louise Fury will be on it. I'll probably have some more people on that. So if you're in Dallas, May 13th through the 18th, I'll be there. And then if you're in Oklahoma City, there's that, I don't know, is the Oklahoma City Writers Conference. I'll be there too.
Awesome. I wish I was rich. I would just follow you around like a group.
Yeah, it'll be fun traveling. I'll be nervous, so I'll be that, you know.
You're going to be awesome. You're always awesome.
Oh, thanks.
So, all right, guys, well, we're going to wrap this up. I do want to thank Brenda for being here with us. And, of course, if you have any questions for her, you can go ahead and hit her up at Brenda Drake. And she's always very interactive with everybody, willing to answer your questions. Check out her blog, brenda-drake.com, because she has a lot of useful information, and the Pitch Madness information is on there as well.
Great. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a great night, guys.
Okay. Good night. Good night.